Hello Cancer, welcome to your reading. This is a timeless reading on no specific area of life. So it's the general energies around you, Cancer, at the moment. It won't resonate for every single Cancer out there, so leave it for someone else if it's not for you. My name is Shasha. You can find me on social media at Shasha_Crow on Instagram. My channel is Shasha Rishi, and let's consult the Oracle. So let's find out which deck wants to read for you. I should have said my business is Shasha Rishi. My channel is actually called by my name, which is Shasha_Crow. Which of these decks would like to read for Cancer? Oh, very indecisive. It is this one here. So, Tarot of the Mystical Moments. I've been doing the readings vigorously this week, getting them all out there. Spirit guides, ancestors, angels, what would you like to say to the Cancer collective today? This is the first of hopefully many readings I will be doing for you guys. Second to last, but definitely not least in my series of readings. I've been doing them completely randomly and as asked. So if someone has piped up and said, please do Libra, then I've done Libra. But I'm now on the last two signs. So just you, Cancer, and then Leo. The reading will be between 15 and 30 minutes, probably not much more than 20 or 25. We shall just see how it goes. I tend to read quite quickly, so we get a lot, even when it's a short time. The next time you see me, I will be reading in a different environment. I am actually house sitting at the moment, so I will be setting up a whole new station for myself back where I currently reside. And I say currently because there's definitely change in the air in that respect as well. Nothing concrete, just a feeling. One of my favourite cards in this deck come up for you there, Cancer. And any tarot reading is a glimpse, it is a snapshot. Great outcome. Some interesting things to negotiate on the way there, though. All right, so your central card here is the Chariot. And the Chariot in this deck is a snail with wheels. So it's something that would otherwise be relatively slow that can move faster. In a traditional deck, we have two sphinxes or horses pulling a chariot, and there's one black horse, one white horse, and they're pulling away from each other, and the charioteer is drawing the back into line. So it's likely that there are some things in your life at the moment that are really moving forward beautifully, and there are other things that seem to be somewhat holding you back. So on top of the Chariot, we have the Crossing card, and the Crossing card is the Seven of Wands. So it may feel at the moment like it's a little bit of a fight to keep going. There's a lot of challenge, so there's a lot of challenge for you, and nevertheless, you are equal to the task. You're a tough cookie. those are the words that come through for me, and I can't help but think of Cookie Monster, especially as I'm wearing blue. But that's a Taurus thing, thinking about cookies. So yeah, you're a tough cookie, and there aren't many people that have the resilience that you have. Check out the guy. He reminds me of a circus performer, right, with his moustache and his tattoos. But he's like, yeah, I've got this. I'm going to actually pull the bars are in the way. I'm going to pull the bars apart. So you being able to progress through that space, through that portal, is based on your determination, and that the Chariot brings a lot of that energy of determination. So you're determined to get through whatever circumstances it is that you are in right now. Now, in the recent past, there may have been a little bit of a heartbreak. There may have been a breakup or a separation. We've got the Two of Cups in reverse. That is in the past or moving into the past right now. And it may be something that you're still reflecting on. And it may be something around which you're still processing some emotion or thought patterning. So do give yourself time, and obviously don't be too hard on yourself as you move forward beyond that experience. Because in the near future, you've got the King of Pentacles, which is really someone who has truly invested in themselves. They have built around themselves the stability that they need. They have that financial security, they have that physical health, and they're saving for a rainy day as well. This, I like that she's putting that pentacle in a slot in her own heart. So she's investing. She's a female king. There are both female and male kings in this deck. So she's investing in herself most of all. And I think that's, you know, after having separated from perhaps a partnership, if that's what this is, or having some kind of trauma that separated part of yourself off, and the Chariot bringing that back together, and you kind of really working hard on yourself and all of that, you get to this place where you are, yes, I know how to serve myself, invest in myself, and build a legacy, basically. So in the overriding energy, we have the Death card, and this is the one that I said, one of my favorite cards in this deck. And the reason for that is because death is seen as endings, it's seen as beginnings, but it's also seen as transformation. And those three things go together, basically. But the Death card is, in this deck, beautifully floral. So the energy of transformation comes through for me really strongly here. I absolutely love that card. And the fact that you have transformational energy overriding you, it means whatever this experience is that you're going through, or experiences that you have been going through and that you are going through, they are progressing towards a complete overhaul of who you are and how you conduct yourself in the world in a really positive way. So the underlying energy is the Page of Wands. And this is a card that speaks of communication, also some success, good news. So there is some good news coming through. Maybe you've been feeling, there's never any good news. Do you know what I mean? There's just another bit of shadow that I need to deal with, or there's just another issue that crops up that I have to deal with. Well, this Page of Wands is saying there is some good news coming through for you. Possibly things are going to get a little bit easier. And whether that's a change in attitude or you're getting more support from around, I don't know. But keep your eye open. We've got this magnifying glass here. Keep your eyes open. Be on the lookout for that little toucan coming. That is a toucan, isn't it? Coming in to give you the information that you need, or the communication that you need. And it could even be something along the lines of career progression. So something that says, hey, why don't you try this course? Or something that will help you in that transformation that's in the Death card here. Okay, sometimes I just need to take a breath. I realise I've been talking and haven't taken a breath once. Or it feels a bit like that. So the Self card. The Self position here is the Six of Pentacles in reverse. So no matter what progress you've been making, it seems that at the moment there's still a feeling of there not quite being an equal giving and taking. And maybe that's you're giving out a lot of yourself and you're not really scheduling in the time to receive whatever it is that you need, you know, well-being activities or fun experiences, or, you know, even if you have had fun experiences, maybe they've not been with the right people, or there's just not been this exchange. So maybe this is, you know, this is really, because it's the self card, it is, I don't want to say a problem or an issue. I want to say this is a challenge that you're facing within yourself. So maybe you very often are the one who's overgiving and wondering why you're sat there then not receiving what you need from others. And I think that's a worthy question. Ask yourself that question until the answer becomes clear. Journal it. You know, in what ways do I overgive? X, Y, Z. In what ways do people take advantage? X, Y, Z. Where's the boundary that needs to be placed to prevent X, Y, Z from happening? And we have in the environment card, the Magician. So it does seem like you're not taking the power that's available to you. So you could be developing your environment more than you are. You could be having more of an effect on your environment than you already are. And it may feel like you are stepping on other people's toes, but this is okay. You are allowed to step on other people's toes if those people's toes are across the line. You're not wanting to facilitate people taking the piss, basically. Excuse my French. That's not what you're here for. And I love that there's a kind of a goose. Is it a goose or is that a swan? Feels like a goose to me. But it makes me think of the story of the golden goose, which produces the golden eggs. You know, you can produce the golden eggs. And everyone knows you can produce the golden eggs. So they are going to come to you for the golden eggs. Well, those golden eggs are not for them, they're for you. And this is what the King of Pentacles is about. Finding the way to retain the wealth, the abundance and the riches, not by withholding in a negative way or by holding back or whatever. It is more about allowing yourself to have as much as you need and a little bit more as well, so that your cup is full, so that when you are creating your environment, you're doing it on behalf of yourself and anyone who moves through that environment, but predominantly for yourself. So just cultivate the environments that you find yourself in, whether that be work, home, social environments, etc. There's more that you can experience there in a positive way. Okay, so in the hopes and fears position, we've got the Ten of Swords. And the Ten of Swords is a card of sometimes frustration, sometimes exhaustion, sometimes being put upon by too many things, too many people. Everyone wants a piece of you. So how do we avoid this happening? I think the energy that I'm getting from this is, I hope I can handle everything that's coming towards me. I hope I can handle all of these people's expectations. And what I want to say is, maybe the hope should be that people eventually get the message and that you get to rest as much as you need, whenever you need, and that they realize that they can't ask for that stuff from you anymore because you've set the boundaries, you have laid out the floor plan and said, these are the rooms you can go in and these are the rooms that you can't go in. And if you overstep, then you will also be shut out of this room. I've been living with these two dogs for the last month. And one thing I have found is that you give them an inch and they take a mile. So it's better to keep things on the more austere, more strict front than it is to be indulgent, because if you're indulgent, there's no end to the appetite that people have. And dogs are certainly like this. They will take and they will take and they will take, and then they will begin to demand more. And this is like a hungry ghost kind of situation where you cannot fulfill the need. No one can, because those creatures or people are not fulfilling that need for themselves. When we have domestic dogs, obviously they can't fulfill their own needs because we don't allow them to. So it is our responsibility to fulfill those needs. But if we start to overindulge them, we're pushing them into an unhealthy area. So don't allow yourself to be pushed into an unhealthy area, or an unhealthy area for those people who you feel some sort of responsibility to serve or meet the expectations of. Because giving them everything they want all the time, like with children, like with dogs, is not healthy. You know it wouldn't work for you, so why would you do that for someone else? And don't feel stressed about the fact, or try to let go of any stress around feeling that you are being expected to provide it, even if you have no intention of providing it. You have to let it go. Let it go and let it be their problem. Push it back. And the wonderful thing that we have in the outcome, which is almost like a big jump from 10 of Swords to the 9 of Cups, we've got this card of wish fulfillment. And so I do have every confidence, Cancer, that you will be shaping things, and this lovely King of Pentacles, that you will be shaping things in the way that you would like them to be. Let's just pull, what are we going to clarify with? I think we're going to clarify with this. Wandering Star. So we're going to clarify 6 of Pentacles. If there's any more guidance on how to find that balance, because these, this upright section of the reading here in the Celtic Cross is definitely saying we need to withhold some energy, some indulgence, some help even from others, and help ourselves first, so that we are in a sustainable position to serve others as and when it's appropriate to do so. Got to pour from a full cup, not an empty cup. What have we got here? The High Priestess. Okay, so your intuition is going to assist you when it comes to where we set the boundaries. Your body, your wise animal body. There's a creator called Devaney Amber Wolf, who is a neurodivergent artist, essentially, and she creates decks. She's created a deck called the My Wise Animal Body, and it is definitely on my wish list. And it is about listening to your body and responding to your body's cues, because your body is so wise. It filters the messages from your mind and from your psyche and produces a physical effect. And we might be like, oh, my body, it won't do this, or it will do that, or it's suddenly coming out in a rash or whatever. And we get annoyed with the body, and it's not the body's fault. We've created that rash by not listening to our intuition in time. And the Chariot's come through again. So you need to get control of the situation. Basically, this is the invitation, is for you to get control of the situation, and obviously run that through your own intuition, run that through your own guidance. How are you going to get on top of your environment specifically? I'm popping that on the environment card. And then we've got the Emperor. Set the boundaries and take charge. Set the boundaries and take charge. This is the energy that's coming through for you. This is really good, Cancer. I almost feel like I don't want to tell you have to be the boss. Again, it feels like again, but it's almost like this is what you're mastering. You're mastering being the boss in a way that's compassionate to you and others. And you've been doing your best all this time. It's not like you haven't been trying to kind of fulfill this brief, because that's kind of who you are, you know? You are an authoritative type in my experience of Cancers. So just make some very firm choices about the people you want around you, the things that you want to be doing, and try not to stress on other people's expectations if they have no right to be expecting anything of you, if you have not agreed to supply it. Yeah, I think that's it. I think that's all the cards are going to say for you today. Come on, just one more card. Oh, that's beautiful. I'm not going to take the one underneath it. I'm going to take the Ace of Cups. Ace of Cups is a new beginning and fulfillment for you personally. So this is about you, Cancer. This is about you getting what you need and want more than anyone else around you, because you are the center of your story. You are the center of your life, and you need to take up that position rather than feel that you're being in any way pushed around. Anyway, thank you so much for watching. I've really enjoyed reading for you, and I do hope you will like this video. It really helps if you like it. It helps if you subscribe to the channel. I can do lives and all sorts of other things if I get 50 subscribers or more. And I really would love to offer more of these readings for you at no cost to you. And without further ado, I close this reading. Thank you so much, Cancer. I'll be seeing you soon.